Chris here with Barnyard Outdoors. I'm testing out this tent. This is a POMOLY Leo 2, and it can be used as a hot tent or just as a tent, right? And so far I'm actually really impressed with it. I'm actually here. It started raining about an hour ago. It's still drizzling, but let's see, I've got the awning up right now, and I'm cooking some brats in here. Yeah, it's a good time. It's actually nice. The weather out, it's in the mid 50s, so it's a little chilly. I was out here last night, perfectly comfortable. It was a warmer night. I think it got down to maybe mid 50s. And tonight it's going to be a little bit colder. It's probably going to get into the mid to high 40s. So I think it's going to be nice. I'm enjoying the tent so far. You know, not as big as the nature hike one, but it definitely has its advantages, and one of the big advantages is this huge vestibule area. And if I was running my hot tent, I would cut a hole there in the stove jack, and I'd be able to keep warm. I did bring my buddy heater with me on this camp out because I didn't know what the weather was going to be like. You know, it was 80 degrees when I came out here, so it was a very, very warm day. Now it's going to be raining off and on. It's going to get a lot colder. So I might put the buddy a heater in here just to test it out, with propane. But as you can see, I am sitting up in this tent. I'm actually sitting on top of my cot, which is a one tigress cot, and it's one of the, you can put the legs on to make it higher, or you can take the legs off to leave it low. I have it down low, and it works great in here. The only issue I have is my Thermarest X-Therm that I sleep on is a little too long for the cot, and of course that makes it a little bit too long for the tent, but it still works out great, and I'm really impressed with it so far. So I'm in here, I'm actually watching a movie. I'm watching what is this, Venom Last Dance. I knew that it might rain a bit, so I loaded up some movies on the tablet, and I thought I'd watch them in here. And then of course I'm making some lunch. I got hungry this morning. I had a My Honey's Kitchen biscuits and gravy, which was absolutely delicious, and then I've got some brats left over. There's a lot of steam coming off that, and I'm just cooking the brats here in the Pathfinder carbon steel skillet. That's the Fire Maple FMS 125 stove, remote canister stove, which I absolutely love. I've come to a point in my life where I think the remote canister is just the way to go for me, because they're more stable, especially when you're doing something like this. And this stove works great. This morning I had my percolator on it, and I was percolating my coffee for everyone who wanted to have coffee this morning. And now I'm in here with the fry pan, so it's working great. I will do a walk around the tent, kind of talk about the things, and kind of explain this awning setup I have here as soon as it stops drizzling. You know, got to wait for the rain to stop sometime, but it's very cozy in here and very comfortable. So I'm gonna go to my lunch. I did get some of these Hy-Vee Hawaiian buns, Hy-Vee gourmet hot dog buns that are Hawaiian rolls. These are really, really good. And then I'm just cooking up some Johnsonville Stadium brats. I figured I wanted something simple when I was out here. I didn't know if I'd be cooking over the fire or not. Yesterday we had a lot of high wind. We were under a red flag warning, so we could not have fires. And then after that ended, we fired up a little dinky fire pit that I have that's made by Camping Moon. And it was interesting. About 9:30 at night, the fire trucks came through the campground, and they were making sure everybody's fire was under control, making sure they knew that you needed to make sure your fire was completely out because of the high winds. And yeah, so that was our excitement for the night last night. And then about 2 in the morning, the wind just completely stopped, and it was absolutely beautiful out. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat my lunch here, which is ready, I think. I got brats dancing. Check it out. Dancing brats. That's how you know they're done. All right, I'm gonna eat lunch, and then we'll do the tour of the tent. This turned out really good. And really hot. a good brat. Well, the rain has stopped. I hope so this time. I've thought that 3 times so far, and came out, did some work around the campsite and the tent, and the rain started coming down again. So, based on the radar, it looks like it's done. I'm getting set up for the evening here. I did double check the weather. It's going to get down to about 37 for the overnight. It's going to be a little chilly. Sleeping system I've got will handle it no problem. But because I don't like waking up in the cold, and I did bring it with me, I'm going to try out my buddy heater inside the POMOLY Leo 2. So let's take a look at the tent. Got my T-Sec swivel chair there. I've got a Camping Moon fire pit. This is the large one, and I brought some wood from home, so I'm going to have a nice little fire tonight. The POMOLY Leo 2 tent has been great so far. I didn't have any problem with rain. Now, when it did start drizzling, I put up the awning here. I'm just using some hiking poles there. I've got a garbage bag hanging there. What will happen is you will get some water to pool here if there's enough rain, and then it will fall down right there in that corner and land down there. And I've got a white duck canvas tarp that I put down because I worry about my cot ripping a hole in the bottom of the tent. As I mentioned, I have the one Tigris cot there, my Thermarest X-Therm, which, if you can see over here, is a few inches longer than the cot. So that is a tight fit. The cot, though, fits fine. Got my iPad and a power station there, and then in here I've got my Yeti GoBox 30. Video to come on this, by the way, as I get it built out the way it needs to be. I've got the Big Buddy heater, bottled water, the Lebova Go Bluetooth speaker I've been using out here, and right now I just have this flap, this little entrance area, just kind of hanging off to the side. I can roll it up, but I thought I would just put it over the side here to try to get the water off it and let it dry. When I did set this up, there was some high winds, about sustained 25-mile-an-hour winds, gusts up to 40, 45. So I do have 3 tie-outs here that were windward facing to help stabilize putting this tent up. It was my first time setting up this tent, and it was a little bit of a challenge in the wind, but I got it done. And once I had it guyed out here, the wind would hit it and it would just bow a little bit, but it never collapsed in like some dome tents would. I do love my Nature Hike massive dune tent, but I've had that out in less wind and had issues with just getting it set up in the wind and having it bow down. So this worked very well for me. You can see there are symmetrical doors on each side, so if I needed to, I could open this door up. I can open this door up. I can set this up as an awning as well. There are 3 vents on the tent. There's one here, one directly on the other side there, and then one here in the back. And it's been a really good tent. It shed the water just fine. It wasn't like a heavy storm or anything, but I did not have any problem with it. And I like it. I like it a lot. You know, I think everybody tries to find the perfect tent. And in this situation, what I was kind of looking for is something that would be good for, you know, summer, spring, fall, maybe some chilly nights. I don't know if I would take this out in the winter. I think I have better tents for true snow camping with a hot tent, but I can run this as a hot tent in the fall or in the early spring when it's just chilly out in the evenings. And I'm really impressed with it. I will put some specs up on the screen over here that you can look at when it comes to dimensions for the tent and everything. It is a 2-person tent. Honestly, if you look inside here with my cot, there really is not room for another person in there. If I was ground sleeping, yeah, I think you could get 2 people in there, but you'd be very close. I mean, very, very close. So make sure it's a good friend if you're going to do that, or if you're life or death situation and you need to be in a hot tent. I love this large garage area for the tent stove, and I look forward to actually trying that out one of these times. Maybe this fall I'll get it out. I will cut a hole where the stove jack is, which is right over here, and open that up and put a stove in and try it out. I think my Oracle Mini from POMOLY would be a perfect stove for this. I did cook myself some brats in here for lunch while it was raining, and it worked out great. I really did not have any trouble. So I'm excited to see the propane in it, see how that works just for tonight. And I'm not going to run it all night, but I'll have it there to where I can kick it on if I get a little chill. And more importantly, in the morning, when I'm climbing out of that sleeping bag and it's chilly and I got to get dressed. So I don't know what else I can say. Please, you know, put the comments below any questions you have about this tent right here. And let me know if you have one. Let me know your experiences with them. If this is something you've been looking at, you know, ask me some questions. I'm new with this model, but I think I'm getting it figured out and getting it dialed in. I think it's going to be a good tent for me. And if you're looking for something like this that, you know, technically is a backpackable tent, it could be a good solution for you. I could definitely maybe not see taking this backpacking. I've got smaller, lighter tents for that. But this would definitely be something that I would put on a sled. If I was taking a pulk sled out and going out hot tenting, this would be great. I was on a camp out a couple years ago in Yellow River State Forest, and this tent would have been a lot nicer than the little Lux Mini Peak 2 that I was crammed in on 0 degree nights. So if you like this type of content, remember to like this video, share this with your friends if you think this tent is something interesting, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That helps out a lot as well. So there it is, the POMOLY Leo 2 tent. Thanks everybody for watching.